What a shit show fucking week. It's already bad enough that I found out that a girl that I've been wanting for a long time that has been ghosting me for months on end, I found out at the beginning of this week that I've gotten passed the fuck over. I'm fucking sick and tired of this shit. It's fucking bullshit. All the fucking work I put in for months. Of course, obviously in the no kidding department, I'm looking around. Yeah, no shit. But it's still fucking frustrating nonetheless. I deserve to have that happiness more than anybody, and it's not even close. And it's somebody I had a legit future with. We could have been potential business partners, and it would have been a good opportunity for me to finally get into fashion designing, something that I've been wanting to do. I mean, I still plan to make leather pieces myself. And then I've known for a while that one of my favorite bands, Creator, was actually coming to the state of PA, only to find out the day I was going to go to that concert that I couldn't get there because there was no way to get back from Bethlehem because I still don't have a truck. I still don't have a car, let alone another truck, let alone another fucking Suburban. So, you imagine my frustration up to that point has now become doubly frustrated. I mean, I was initially gonna... You should have seen me that night. I was... Everything up to that point, I decided I was initially going to go home, but I decided to salvage the night, and I went to a goth rave, and that actually wasn't too bad. I had a good time there. I was able to talk to some people, and people that I've been running into are finally starting to notice me after taking 2 months off from the clubs because, I don't know. And I was able to make a few more friends, even some... There were some other metalheads that felt the same way I did. Now, the whole point of this video that I'm making right here is the bookend to this god-awful week. The fact of the matter is the Eagles need to get their shit together, because if they don't, something's gonna happen. Somebody's getting moved, and I think it's gonna be the head coach. Eagles go in against a Cleveland team that has been absolute shit all year. So far, in nearly every game they've played, they've been absolute dog water. I believe they're the only team. They're one of 2 teams to lose to the Raiders, and they're the only ones to. Their only win came against Jacksonville. Deshaun Watson looks like one of the worst QBs in the league. He's even worse than Jalen right now. So Jalen ends up finishing damn near an entire quarter with 0 passes completed, including on a first drive where A.J. Brown was wide fucking open, but eventually he was able to. There was. Yeah, you kind of know where I'm going here, right? Are you honestly really surprised? Philly playing hideously down to their competition yet again, and it begs the question, do we even call that anymore? Do we even call it playing down to our competition? It seems like it seemed like Luigi wins by doing absolutely nothing for the absolute most part of the game. Jalen showcased some of the few strengths that he has. Of course, he's got his main guys back. Like on that touchdown, ball placement is one of his strong aspects of his game. That's one of the things he's got going for him. Of course, an average receiver was not making that grab. Let's just be frank. And on the second touchdown, that's a pretty decent play design. You have Devontae Smith with so much running room in front of him, and he's able to get a good score. Just follow his blocker, boom. But of course, it seems like every time we get something good going for us, we can't seem to get out of our own way. Defense did exactly... They actually played well, but here's the thing. They performed worse than they should have. And I've also started to notice something. Jim Schwartz, that name sounds familiar to you, doesn't it? Look at how his defense is now that he got the fuck away from Lurie. All of a sudden, he's blitzing. All of a sudden, he's playing press. So, as bad as Fangio is, I don't even know if I can even blame him entirely. I don't even know if I can blame Nick entirely. Of course, there's some things you could still blame Nick for, and that is putting Jalen in bad situations where his weaknesses are going to be showcased. Oh, okay, fine. By not designing plays that will be easy for him to make. Fair enough. Also, at the end of that second quarter, you had all 3 timeouts over a minute to go, and I believe you were past midfield, and you still couldn't find a way to score points? You still couldn't get into the red zone? With that offense, you gotta be kidding me. As terrible as Jalen's been, he did almost everything right there. He was putting the ball where it was supposed to be. He was getting the ball in guys' hands, so I can't really fault him there. But, and I can't even get mad at the blocked field goal. That's just amazing leapfrog athleticism by Myles Garrett. By the way, remember when Trent Cole did that against the Giants back in 2008? Yeah, same thing. I kind of thought that play was banned, but I guess not. Either way, the Midnight Green Mafia does the bare minimum to win because of two amazing performances. Well, nobody really had a spectacular performance. Devontae Smith, maybe. AJ Brown, maybe, getting yak yards. Nobody really stood out individually. Nobody. When you really think of it from a on-film, like, stat film, when you really think about it, Jalen had your best individual performance. Let that sink in for a moment. Yeah, I'm not even fucking joking there. I tried to see maybe it was no. Jalen had the best individual performance, which is really, obviously that's not saying a lot, but let me tell you something. It's even if we had blown Cleveland out like we should have, my mood would be unchanged. Even if we were undefeated right now, my mood would be unchanged. Even if there was a 200% guarantee that the Eagles would win the Super Bowl this year, you see where I'm going there. I'm just so sick and tired of every time I fucking bust my ass every day to make my biggest dreams come true, and I don't seem to get any closer to it. It seems like every time I get some good momentum going my way, every time I'm on a good run, boom! It's like a wise man once said. It's like a legend once said. I'm walking down the street and I feel like a safe's gonna land on my head. I'm so sick and tired of... the teasing goes on even beyond sports for me. And this is one of the reasons why this team is slowly becoming... I'm slowly putting this team on the back burner. And it's not entirely their fault. They could be the best team in the NFL right now. They could have the best stats. They could have the best performances across the board. And I would still be cranky. Because I have dreams away from this. I have actual aspirations. And I know there's going to be people out there that say the obvious, like, oh, well, you got to make that happen yourself. Yeah, no fucking shit. What do you think I've been doing the past number of years? What do you think I've been doing the past couple years? In fact, what do you think I've been doing the past 15 years? Even then, and here's one thing that people don't seem to get through their thick Neanderthal skulls, is that even you could literally do everything there is to do yourself, but you still have to rely on an outside force to make shit happen. Unfortunately, that's just how the world works. The only thing you can do, the only surefire thing, is to never give up, and that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. That's all you got, is to never give up. I still believe it's taking way longer than it should be, and I'm still not getting the opportunities that I should be getting. I mean, I'm making good progress here and there in increments, but not really enough to make a spectacular difference. I don't know. To say that I'm beyond livid would be an absolute understatement. Am I happy the Eagles won today? Yes. I don't care who's got a problem with that. Yes, the Eagles 200% should have blown this team out. No fucking doubt about it. I am appalled by their fucking performance, obviously. I'm happy enough to get the win, but at the same time, I'm not happy with their performance, and they need to step it up. Because, yeah, I noticed that Washington is finally welcome back to reality. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Like anybody cares about that. I honestly believe Washington will whoop our asses. Washington's currently 4-2. They're exceeding expectations. Think about that. Washington. Good. It doesn't seem real, but that's what's going on. And Washington, I believe, would whoop our asses. And so would Dallas. I'm not impressed by this performance at all, considering what Washington and Dallas did against Cleveland. Jalen, I'm still not impressed by him, but at the same time, Nick's not off the hook either. He still made some really dumb decisions. And he still can't get out of his own way with multiple things. When you know your QB is insanely limited in his game, try to simplify it for him a little bit. People complain that he's a little too simple. I say he's not simple enough at times. But either way, yeah, death was supposed to be here, but He sent me a note. Let's see what it says. It says that it's way too hot out here. If you think for 1 second I'm coming out here, you got another thing coming, and if things don't change, somebody's getting a scythe shoved up their ass. Yeah, sounds like him. Maybe you'll see him next week. Maybe some people will see me up north next week. Or whenever that's going to happen. I don't know, man. We'll see if I don't run into the same transportation issues to get to QXT as I did trying to get to Bethlehem. I'm still pissed off about that. Hopefully there'll be another shot to see Creator. That's another problem with these bands overseas is you gotta hop on that shit. And I want to go see King Diamond in Brooklyn. I don't even know if that's gonna happen now. I mean, getting there is one thing, but getting back is another thing, especially when it happens on a certain day of the week, and you also got to look at train schedules and see, or bus schedules, and see if they're going to run. You see what I'm dealing with ever since my truck accident? You see how much of a fucking liability this has been for me? I'm still doing whatever I can to make it work. I've still managed to make a few things happen in spite of it, but again, it's still fucking frustrating. I'm doing whatever I can. I'm doing everything I possibly can to try to make things better. My life still fucking sucks. I'm trying to make it not suck. I'm trying to make it good for a change. I'm doing everything I can. But the only thing I can do is just never give up, and that's just about it. And people need to mind their own fucking business. If I didn't add... People, I've already seen somebody make a video earlier this week after... If I asked for somebody's input, I would have fucking reached out to them. So people need to stay in their lanes like the fake alpha, snob, know-it-all motherfuckers they are. It's great that they're staying in shape. It's great that they're doing good things for themselves. And absolutely, you have my undying respect. But still, all due respect, kindly fuck off. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here because I am hungry. And I'm angry. So you know what that means? I'm hangry. This video was way too long. See ya.